All right, in this presentation, we will look at the verb endings for another verb tense. Super important, used all the time. If you really want to have a grasp on the Portuguese language, you need to understand and be able to use this subjunctive tense, as it's called. So what you'll find, this is the present subjunctive we're going to look at. There's also a past and future subjunctive, but for our purposes right now, the present subjunctive. The subjunctive tenses imply that something may happen. I want you to do this. Well, I can want all I want, but you may or may not still do it. Or I wanted you to do this, or I hoped that you would do this, or I hoped that this would happen. It may have happened, it may not have happened, okay? Or it's necessary that this happen. Well, it's still, even though it's necessary, it may or may not happen. So that's where the subjunctive comes in. It's, you know, it just takes practice. It just takes getting used to knowing when to use the subjunctive tense. But here we're looking at regular AR, ER, and IR verbs in the present subjunctive, okay? Things that may happen in the present, all right? So really simple, actually. As with all other verb tenses and how you conjugate them, you chop off the AR, the ER, and the IR, and you add these endings shown here on this chart. So let's start with the AR verbs. For the eu form, you drop the AR and add an E. Você, ele, ela, drop the AR and add an E. Nós, drop the AR and add an EMOS, emos. And for the vocês, eles, elas, you drop the AR and add an EM, eng. So the example I give is achar, to think or to find. Eu ache. Você, ele, ela, ache. Nós achemos. Vocês, eles, elas, achem. So all you're doing is taking an AR verb and adding the E, emos, or eng on the end. All right? That's all you're doing. Now, for the ER and IR verbs, real simple, you're taking off the ER or the IR and you're adding the A endings. So let's start with the ER. The eu, you add an A, a. All right, for você, ele, ela, a. Nós, amos. Vocês, eles, elas, right? So you're chopping off the ER and adding those. The example I give is beber, to drink. Eu beba. Você, ele, ela, beba. Nós bebamos. Vocês, eles, elas, bebam. And for the IR verbs, same endings as the ER, okay? Chop off the IR and add for the eu form, a. Você, ele, ela, a. Nós, amos. And vocês, eles, elas, The example is decidir, to decide. Eu decida. Você, ele, ela, decida. Nós decidamos. And vocês, eles, elas, decidam. So we will now, in the next videos, look at how to use these in sentences. But just so you know the verb endings for this present subjunctive tense, here it is. And this will make more sense in the following videos. But it's actually a pretty simple thing once you get used to it. So pay attention, watch the next videos, and let's get this down. You got it.